Yes. Okay, so let's check Twitter today. And I should edit that JoJolion video. The chapter came out yesterday, and I said I'd release it same day in the video. Okay, well, I'll just scroll through and see what's up. Man. I liked my thumbnail. Why the fuck does he have it colored, man? I guess I'm gonna have to record a skit or something video because, like, it's the same exact thumbnail as yours truly. Gotta be done about that, man. I guess I'm gonna have to record something. Hello everyone, welcome to today's JoJolion review. Today is JoJolion release day, at least at the time I'm recording this, but it should be up same day. And really, before we get into the review, if you are just checking out my channel for the first time, why not leave a like on this video, comment down below your thoughts when you're finished watching, and maybe even subscribe to the channel, because it would help me out much. And every month that there's a JoJolion chapter, you'll be notified if you click the bell icon that I have posted a review, which I do every month. It's not on hiatus like next month, it's on hiatus, but I'll have JoJolion content coming out to you guys, at least one video every week. So let's jump right into the review. So chapter 105, titled Invisible Soap Bubbles. It's an interesting title because it's not Endless Calamity. Looks like the calamity has finally unendless. So as we can see with this cover page, it says everything began on that day with that equivalent exchange. And this looks like a two-part cover. Like, I think that in April when we get chapter 106, I think we're going to get the other half of that JoJo that we see behind Josuke, and it might have Wonder of You, and it might be like one of those things where it's either going to be Wonder of You or Yasuo and Paisley Park. I think it's going to be Tooru and Wonder of You, or Yasuo and Paisley Park, because it just makes sense. It's probably going to be like one of those things where it's the versus cover, like it's the final really big push towards the end, and we come back to the flashback actually of the earthquake and the formation of the walleyes. And this is when Josefumi and Kira were still there, and text in the corner, it says Yasuo and Josuke are surrounded by calamity. Is the key to escaping this dilemma the invisible soap bubbles? So there's like the title mentioning, and then we go down to the next page. This is back when Josefumi was saying the one who should live is you, not me, because he knows that Kira has like a family, a mom, a sister. He knows all this, and he has really no one. Like, he's not close to his family. He knows that it should have been Kira, and he sees that Kira is dead. And this is where he does the equivalent exchange with himself and Kira, and they fall down. And then we cut back, and this is the preview actually, we saw this already, this is like the page we saw, and we got the little Rye face, the soft and wet, and the Killer Queen. And it was really interesting because we got translations from Dog Park, and we got like stuff like this, but I don't think that it necessarily captured the full thing of a Hiwa Mata Noboru translation, because sorry again Dog Park, but I just don't vibe with your translations. I vibe with these guys that translate the whole series, so I take their translation is more canonical than yours, if that's just my personal choice to do that though. And it says, Josuke, your soft soap bubbles, soft and wet, is fused with Kira Yoshikage's explosion ability. Among them are things you cannot see. So this thing is just being hammered into us. Rai Mamazuku, some of his final words are being just hammered into us. We really need to remember this. They are things that cannot be seen. You will never see them. That's what I'm kind of getting vibes of. We won't see these. This will kind of be like, it might be the infinite rotation, it might be whatever, this, that, and that, but we'll never see what's going on unless we do, which I wouldn't count on it. I'm not personally betting that we will, just so I'm not disappointed when we don't, if that's kind of true. And we see another quote from Rai. Because of that, they can cross through anything. They can even go through walls. Right now, they're coming from that star birthmark of yours. They can transcend the logic of the calamities. And then we have Yasuo yelling at Josuke, and he fires. And then we see an interesting thing. It's a rock insect. We find out that in a few pages. I'll just spoil it now. Obladi oblada. Obladi oblada. Safety first, he says. And he kind of just shows it. And it reflects the bubble. Oh, man. Josuke is in for a big shock. And then we see, I felt it. Something came out of my shoulder just now. I'm sure of it. And Yasuo was like, Josuke. And this is the second time she's saying Josuke. She's trying to get his attention, but he is just not. And he continues to charge up another shot. And Wonder Review is like, another? Do you honestly intend to fire a second shot? Like I said, Obladi Oblada. That is the name of the rock insect. A second rock insect. It's part of my evacuation drill. That last attack caused it to be propelled towards you. And we see that it has implanted itself on Josuke's hand. And then he explains, technically speaking, it is not an insect. It lacks jointed legs or body separated into 3 segments. It lives on dry, sloped land like cliffs and targets all sorts of animals from above or below. Visually, it mimics the appearance of a footprint. So it's kind of like a cat or a bear claw, just very, very small. It's pretty small. And yes, I will do another video on Obladi Oblada because I love these rock insects. Just by making the video on them, I've fallen like in love with them, and not just because the videos did well, but because they're really fun to say. And I just love saying do 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 da da da, whatever, oblidi oblida. It's fun. So yeah, we see it sinking deeper into Josuke's arm or his hand, the one he's using to fire. And then the head doctor continues on the next page. Obladi oblada. What's most important is that you're safe, as long as you don't pursue and attack me again. And then Josuke is like, damn it, I cannot fire with this thing on me. So he goes to rip it off, and as soon as it like rips off, it's fused into his skin. It's like it's a parasite, and as soon as he rips it off, it multiplies and it shoots out. And here is its real deadly thing. It is alive. That is a living being who serves the head doctor. And again, Yasuo is begging for Josuke's attention. She says, Josuke. And then Wonder Review continues, want to try firing a second shot? No, I doubt you can even attack anymore, can you? Because Oblidi Oblida is spreading rapidly. It's seemingly much more immediately deadly than the last rock insect, because that one was kind of a hunter. This one is a trapper, and when the trap is set, it activates. So instead of like laying it on the ground waiting for Josuke to get into it, now he just flicks it at Josuke, and it immediately activates the trap. So this is how it eats things, because we can see the blood pouring out of his leg where it's eating him. Blood is pouring out everywhere. This is a really big thing. And then we cut back to Yasuo's perspective, and she's like, it's headed straight for me, as she moves here and there, and it follows her path. And this really shows the reality bending nature of Wonder Review. It can curve the trajectory of all these different things. It's insane. Tooru, we see a picture of his eyes. His eyes have been very highlighted. He is a very emotionless character. Like, he's very stoic, and Araki highlights his emotions through his eyes and highlights that emotion of, I have to keep going. Like, I take this panel as like, he's just like, don't look back. I have to keep going. He doesn't look at Yasuo. And then Joshu sees, like, he looks up and he's like, Yasuo-chan, I'll protect you. And then he jumps in, he's got Nut King Call. I think that's gonna come in handy. I super don't think that anyone else is gonna die. I might be completely wrong, but I think that Nut King Call is going to do something to save the day, at least for non-fatal injuries. I think that Joshu might have a real possibility of losing kind of more limbs and being a lot more injured than he already is, but I don't think that anyone is necessarily going to die, because Araki likes Joshu a lot. It's kind of clear that he likes him as a character, like as a tool in the story to manipulate different scenarios. And then we see Josuke. He says, Yasuo-chan, get out of here. Have Paisley Park go back to where you are. You've got to protect yourself from the Calamity attack. Go back to the Higashikata estate. He's saying, like, leave me be. You don't need to see me like this. He is on the ground now with Oblidi Oblida's attack. He can't move. He's just not doing too good. And then she says, she touches Paisley Park. I say she. Yasuo has Paisley Park touch a panel and say, I went into the circuitry and stopped the elevator. I won't let that door close. So basically, the head doctor was taking the elevator. That is so funny to me, bro. He is not an actual, like, his stand limitations are very prevalent, and I don't get it, because maybe it's just something I missed while reading, but when he's walking through walls, like earlier on, and now he has to escape via elevator? Excuse me. Bro, why would you use the elevator, the stairs? We've seen you use stairs before, Wonder Review. Come on, man. Next page is a beautiful double page spread. He says, Yasuo says, fire Josuke, and damn, does Paisley Park have a dump truck in that picture. Come on, man. Rocky, you gotta stop drawing the low detail butts. Sorry. And she says, one more shot, go! And as he charges up the physical shot, we see the invisible bubble go out. And then we cut back to Yasuo and we see how close that panel is. And we get a sense of scale. Like, that panel is really big. It's not just some small panel. And everything kind of happens all at once. Josuke gets up, despite Oblida's best efforts. It's reaching his face now. And he extends his arm with the shot on the tip of his finger. And we see the head doctor's like, oh shit, how am I gonna get out of this one? That's kind of he's like, I know he's always wide-eyed, but he looks specific, like he's leaning back like, And then we see Oblida is the ultimate protector, because if you wondered why it missed, it wasn't because of Calamity, it was because of the rock insect 2, Electric Boogaloo, blocking it right down here. That is why it missed. I actually didn't catch this, but I saw someone on Twitter, I don't remember who it was, but they pointed it out. I think it might have been like Aeon Star or something like that, but thanks to whoever they were, and if you know who it was, then comment down below. I'd love to remember. And yeah, so that hand is gone, basically. You can't use that to attack Josuke. And Josuke is almost completely overrun by Oblida's attack, and it's not looking very good. Yasuo calls Paisley Park back as the panel is about to hit, and as she's coming through, an invisible soap bubble shoots out of the phone towards Tooru, who finally looks back at Yasuo after she screams bloody murder. Goes on for 2 panels, and he finally looks back at her. As seemingly he's about to get hit, the bottom text says, nothing will reach him except for a miracle. That's the end of the chapter. There's going to be no chapter next month, but I will have more JoJolion videos coming out. And like I said at the beginning of the video, if you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe and comment down below. And check me out on Twitter, link in the description. And on Twitch, I am currently doing a shiny hunting series there. If you like Pokemon and you like shiny hunting and you want to hang out, come there. I'm live every Wednesday, Friday, and Monday. And yeah, I appreciate you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you later. Peace.